those who are ready with the data set right here, just ping me in the chat box if you are ready or need to wait. Okay, good. I got just one reply from Sarthik. Other people also update me in chat box if you are ready with this data set right here. The same drag and drop task you have to do like yesterday. Okay, great. 2 people have responded. Okay, I think others are not responding. Okay, Samiksha, thank you for updating. Anyone else? If you want me to wait, then also let me know. I'll be waiting. If you are doing it, let me know. You'll be lost otherwise if you don't follow this step. Okay, so if no one is replying, then I will assume that you have all followed this step. And the next task we have to do is, see everyone carefully, we need to refresh and reload all content on this sheet now. So for that, what we'll do is, we will just go to this runtime option. See carefully this runtime option and then click on run all. It will run all the codes available on your sheet. You can see green marks are coming one by one. It will just run all the sheets and your data variable will be refreshed automatically. So up to last, you can see the green marks now. Means all data is ready now. Just quickly let me know if you have clicked on run time and then run all and your data is ready. If anyone is stuck anywhere, please let me know. I'll start the further analysis. So today we are going to work on exploratory data analysis. Yesterday we have worked on data cleaning. One phase of data cleaning we have done yesterday. Exploratory data analysis is widely named as EDA in data science. You may hear this name very frequently while working on data science. EDA means exploratory data analysis. And this includes several visualization plots, different graphs, etc. that you create from your data set just to understand what pattern it follows. So in order to do that, now we can create a variety of plots from the existing data set. First of all, let us check what kind of variables we have in your data. So we have stored our data in this data variable yesterday. The same variable I'm using. And let us check here unique values in each variable. So this data.nUnique. Check unique values in each variable. This is the task. So that we can just instantly come to know whether your data is continuous in nature or categorical in nature. I have explained the continuous and categorical variables in the previous session. Continuous, where we have long range values, they can be fractional, they can be integer values, but they cannot be categorized into limited number of classes. They become your continuous values. And categorical values or qualitative data has limited number of classes. We can identify them as a set of groups out there. So from this outcome, first let me share this small code in your snippet. You can use it from there. And from this small outcome that we have on your screen right now, you just need to provide me answer in the chat. Do you find any categorical variable in this output? If you can identify any categorical variable in this set of columns. A quick update. If there are some categorical variable, if yes, then which ones are they? I'll be looking forward for answers in the chat box. Okay, I got yes. Those who are able to identify, also let me know which variable you find categorical in this all. We have a number of variables such as battery capacity, acceleration, top speed. Out of all these, which one you find categorical? Whatever you understand, right, wrong, whatever you feel that this may be a categorical, just update me. Or if you think that there is no categorical, then also let me know. Lakshya, if you have found the categorical variable, let me know the name of that variable also. Everyone be responsive in the chat box. If you don't understand anything, then also ask me again. Let me describe you once again. We have two types of data that I'm talking about. One is your categorical data, one is your continuous data or numerical data that we can say. In continuous data, we have large range of observation. They can be fractional values, they can be integers, but they have long range. You cannot divide them into a limited sets, means limited number of groups. In case of categorical data, you can divide your outcomes in a limited number of categories. In a limited number of categories means you can create groups, limited number of groups. In case of continuous data, you will always have large number of entries, such as large number of unique values that we are checking here in case of continuous data. In case of categorical data, you will have very less number of unique values. So now based on this information, let me know which one are categorical variables and which one, there are many continuous variable, but which one you feel are categorical variable in the list now. Categorical variables have very less number of unique entries because they are categorized into groups. I'll wait for the responses in the chat. If you are not understanding the concept, then also let me know. Okay, yes, Sarthak, you are right. I'll be looking for the update from other candidates also. Everyone be quick. Okay, if you are not getting the point, there are only two categorical variables, this drive and number of seats. You can easily see that there are only 3 and 4 unique values, means only 3 and 4 groups of data are there. In remaining all, you have large number of unique values that represent your continuous data. This thing you can always observe in all type of data, and it should be a quick answer that there are some less number of unique values, means they are your categorical details. So this is your first thing we have observed. Now for your these categorical data, we can have different types of plot. However, for the continuous variable, the plots can be different. So let us start with some basic type of plot. first entry, first task I'm entering here is check distribution about drive type. We had one variable with drive type. You can see this one, this drive. Different drive type of vehicle like front wheel drive, rear wheel drive, all-wheel drive. So let us check how your data is distributed among all these different drive types. And for this, I can create one simple plot here. I'll be using a library for creating plot. In a previous session, we have also talked about different plotting library. One of those libraries I'm going to use here. First, let me import Seaborn as an SNS. This is your plotting library in data science. From this library, you can call a variety of functions that can be useful for plotting. Currently, I'm going to use it for one task, that is to check drive type distribution. And I'll be creating here one count plot. Count plot gives you idea about count of values in each category. Because in this particular variable, see, everyone see this very carefully. In this particular variable, we have three categories. Three categories: front wheel drive, all wheel drive, rear wheel drive. So those are three categories of this drive variable. So we can create a count plot for them to see how many or how much vehicles belong to front wheel drive and how many belong to your rear wheel or all wheel. All categories we can see here in the form of a plot. So let me add variables for this. First, on the x-axis, we will have your drive variable. And data is equal to data because name of data variable I have used the same. If you have any other name for data variable, you will just replace that here. Currently, I have the same name for data variable, so I'm using data equal to data. If your variable name is something else, you can change this one. And this is the column for which I have to create my plot. Let us see what we get. I'm just running this and you can see the output. Front wheel drive, all wheel drive and rear wheel drive. And we can just quickly see that we have higher number of entries from front wheel drive. Means in our data set, majority of vehicles belong from front wheel drive category in comparison to rear wheel and all wheel drive. All wheel is medium range and then rear wheel, these are the lesser number of vehicles we have in the data set. So I'm sharing this code. Note one more thing, this library, you have to import only once in your this sheet. Once you have imported it, you can use it multiple times. So this line, you need not to import this right time and again. You can now create any plot from your Seaborn library because you have already imported it. So I have shared this particular code in the snipper also. And first create this plot, then I'm giving you one small task based on this. Just understand this, then I'll give you one small task. The code for this has been shared in the snipper. The task next to this is check distribution for number of seats variable. The same thing now you have to do for number of seats variable, and I believe that you people can do that easily now. First, we have done it for the drive variable. Now you have to do this for number of seats variable because both of these variables we can see here are categorical type. So we can create count plot for both of them. So based on this information, just create your second plot and share your code in the chat box. I'll be waiting for the code in the chat box. I have received one response. This looks good, Sarthak. You are doing it right. I'll be waiting for other responses also. I hope everyone is doing this side by side. Anyone else who wants to respond in the chat box? Or if any of you need me to wait, then also let me know. If you are doing it, I need to wait. If anyone is stuck anywhere, then also let me know. Yes, no, anything? Okay, so one response that I have received from Sarthak is this one, and it looks fine. Sarthak, we can avoid this one also. Although if you do this, then also there is no problem. But as we have imported the library already, we can skip also, because this will work from the previous load itself. So if I run this part, we get another plot here. And what observation we can make from this one is that majority of vehicles that we have are 5-seater in this data. Others have very less count. There are some vehicles that are 2-seater also, but very less. Majority of them belong to 5-seater variable. I have shared this code in the snippet also. So let me know if this kind of plot is clear to you. And then I'll start creating some other kind of plots further as well. Is it all good? Students, just be responsive in the chat box. That is the only way to know if you are doing something or not. I cannot predict if you are learning or not. Okay, thanks for the update, Gurjit. Others also be responsive in the chat. Whether you know or not, at least be responsive in the chat. Let me know if you are not even understanding anything, so that I can change the way of teaching, or maybe I can help you, whatever you are stuck with. Okay, thank you, Sarthak, for your update. Next to this, let us add few set of tasks. We'll do one by one on this data set, just to develop understanding about data set. All the tasks we are doing here are just to understand what different operations are possible on a data set. These kind of approaches you can later on use with different types of data sets. We are just learning the techniques that we can apply here. So just I'm adding one more task here. List electric vehicles according to efficiency ranking. This is the task I'm adding here. When you're working on data science projects, you can have any objective. Like if you work as a data science engineer with certain company, they may ask you to create these type of plots. Like if you're working with a company which sells electric cars, they may ask you details, like list all the vehicles from this data set that have a good energy efficiency, like these kind of things they may ask you. So you have to create plots in that case. So if you observe your data set, if we go here, so here we have one efficiency column. This may help you to understand energy efficiency of your specific cars. And now we are asked to create a list according to efficiency ranking, means good and bad efficiency ranking. According to that, we can list our vehicles. So what I'll do here, although there are unlimited ways to do this. Say, I always say that in data science, there is no standard approach. We do not say that this is the only thing you can do. There are unlimited ways you can find out same kind of logic or same kind of answers. I'm just using one technique here. So I'm creating one more variable, data underscore efficiency here. And this is going to contain two things. One is name and second is efficiency. Two columns from the data I'm taking right now, because I want to do analysis between these two only. So I'm just taking these two, and then I'm creating one outcome here based on your, okay, let me create this with a different variable. This name I'm giving this one, data EFF. So let me take the variable from here, and in this now I'm writing one technique, group by. Group by function will allow you to create group of data based on a specific variable, and we can just select it from the existing data. So currently we are saying in the task that we have to group it according to efficiency ranking. So group by what? Efficiency column. You have to use same spelling or same format, same as your data set contains. So if it is in capital letters, the same. If it is small letters, same. You have to just follow whatever is listed in your data. So group by efficiency ranking. And what you have to do is, there are a few additional settings also that you can apply. For example, if I write here max, whatever maximum number of entries it finds with good energy efficiency ranking, that will be listed here in the next part. So efficiency, okay, this comma I need to place here. And I think this we can even remove. This will work directly. So let me test this one. So currently, this is working fine. And I can even test this new data variable by writing its head here. And you can see efficiency ranking with your this. So first 5 variable, because head command gives you first 5 variable. If you want to see more, I can just run it like this. So first few and last few it has shown us. So from the smaller to the maximum it is running. So minimum efficiency ranking we are finding 104, and maximum efficiency ranking we are finding 281. So whatever we have in this data set. If you need the count also, for example, you need a number also beside this, then we can add few more things in your this pattern. What we can do is in this group by sequence, I can add your range index. As index is equal to true or false, we can make this. So I have made it false, and we can get 0, 1, 2, 3 ranking. If you need to know from where it is coming in data, we can make it true, and the specific number of those data files will be avoided here. And I make it false, we can get your index ideas. So the minimum efficiency marked with 0, maximum marked with 79, and it says there are total 80 columns identified by this particular code. So multiple things we have done in this code. I'm sharing this in Snipper. Just run this one and then let me know if you have understood what we are doing in this code. If you find anything confusing, let me know. We are just grouping it with efficiency, and then we are plotting names of vehicles with respect to their efficiency ranking. Run this, create this outcome, and then let me know if it is clear to you, because these kind of things will do time and again ahead. I'll wait for the responses. Okay, thanks for the updates, Arthak. Others also, please respond. If you get this idea, whatever we are doing, then only I'll proceed further. If you need me to repeat anything, I'll do. Thanks for update, Samiksha. If I need to wait for anybody, then also let me know. Okay, so no one is responding further. So I'll just assume that you are getting the idea. And next to this, we have created efficiency ranking. So maybe now we are asked to plot these efficiency rankings in a graph. So there are different types of graphs that you can create. We are just learning a few steps here, that how different things we can do on data. So I'm going to use here Matplotlib library. We have used this in the second session also. Matplotlib pyplot. Just a minute. We need matplotlib.pyplot as PLT. This library I'm calling, this is also the plotting library, same as SNS, but with a kind of different functionalities you will find here. Matplotlib we generally follow for simple kind of plots, and Seaborn are recommended for a complex plots also. So this is the second library we are using here. And now let me create a figure with your, okay, one more library I'll be getting here is import plotly dot express as px. This is also a plotting library. One plot I'll be getting from here only. All these libraries can be used for creating different types of plots. Many functions in these libraries are overlapping. So sometimes we use one, other, that is optional. I have just obtained 3 plotting libraries by now: Seaborn, Matplotlib, and now Plotly. So from Plotly, I'm just creating one bar graph here. And inside this bar graph, what I'm adding is this data efficiency, this recent variable that I have created. I'm using this one. And then with this, I'm using, for example, I want to see the plot from 41 to 80. This contains total 80 rows. So if I plot all of them, there will be a very big graph. So just few of them I'm plotting. From 41 to 80, maybe I want to plot. You can choose any other setting also. Then on the x-axis, understand this carefully first, then I'll be sharing the code. So no need to write, just understand what I'm writing here. First x I'm writing here, name. On the x-axis, we need name on the plot. And similarly, on the y-axis, I need the efficiency value. In the plot, we need these two things. This is how your plots are created. On x-axis, one thing, on y-axis, other thing. Let me add title of this plot as well. Optional, you can choose a title of your choice. For example, I'm writing here, efficiency ranking of electrical vehicles. I'm writing here. Or cars, you can write, anything you can write. And then ultimately, I'm using here figure.show. So this is the sequence I'm following to create a new plot. These things you can use now throughout. No need to load these libraries time and again. And this plot we are creating for the recent graph that we'll get in the outcome. So I'm just running this one. And you can see this is with the increasing order, same as that rank we have created. We can see the graph. On the x-axis, we see name of your vehicles. On the y-axis, efficiency ranking. And we see them in the increasing order. And if I hover over these, if I take my mouse, you can also see value of your efficiency. For each vehicle, the efficiency value also we can see here. So I'm sharing this code in the chat. Run it, take your time, and let me know if it is clear, because this I'll be giving you as another task further. First, understand this code, that how it may be working. I'll be waiting for the responses in the chat. Students, update me in the chat if you are ready with the answers. If this plot is ready on your screen, then update me in chat. If you are confused with any syntax in this plot, then also let me know. I'll give you another task based on this only. I could see only one response by now. Sarthak has said that he has done this. So others also, please respond. Be active in chat. Otherwise, I'll call by name and I'll ask you to share your screens. If anyone is getting nothing in the class, then also let me know that you can understand nothing out of this, whatever we are talking about. If everything is out of concept, then also let me know. I can explain from the scratch again. Okay, we have three options. Yes, if you are understanding something. No, if you are not getting anything. Confused, if there is some confusion in between. So three options are there. Just respond in the chat. Yes, no, or confused. I can see two responses. Others also. Okay, I'll repeat. See, Tushar, just tell me whether I need to repeat this one or the previous one also. You want me to repeat this task? Plotting of efficiency ranking? Okay, you cannot understand anything. Okay, fine. Don't worry. Let me know if yesterday's task you have understood. Whatever we have done yesterday, if you have understood that part, let me know. Because from there only I'm taking it further. Okay, so you have not understood anything from yesterday's session also. Am I right? Okay, Atul says that you are following everything that is going on the class, but not trying the code yourself. So you are not doing it side by side, Atul? You are not doing side by side. Are you executing it after the class? Or you have not even executed anything from the code? Because I'm sharing all the codes in the snipper and you have to execute them one by one. If you stuck anywhere, then you have to tell me. That is what I'm telling you right from the first session. So, okay, if some of you say that you are getting nothing in the sessions, what we are doing, let me give you just overview of whatever we are doing here. I'm taking it up on the first thing that we have done on this data set. We are working on data science approach, and we are using one electric vehicles data set for this purpose. Everyone listen this carefully. I'm just giving you overview of what we have done yesterday and what we are doing today. We are practicing data science concepts here on one data set, which is electric vehicles data set. And there are unlimited things that you can do with a data in this data science field. Few of those techniques we are trying out here. First of all, I have loaded my data set on the platform and I'm writing a description of everything that I'm doing on the sheet. And this sheet, whatever we have used yesterday, that has been also shared in your drive. So you will find this ready-made sheet also in your drive, and you can start working on that also, everything you have. So first we have loaded the data set here, and then you can see this thing here. If you don't know how to get this data set, this address also, then also let me know. We just have to go to this file section here. This is your data. If this is not visible in your case, you may have to upload it first. Check this carefully, how we upload. You just have to click on this upload button, and then you have to get your data set from your folders, wherever you have kept it, because this has been already shared in your drive folder. So from there, you can get it easily on your system, and from system, you can upload it here easily. Once you have obtained your data set here, then you can load it and you can see head of this data set. And then you have to observe it carefully. What we have on this data set that you have to observe. In this observation, you will find that there are some mixed kind of variable. They contain numerical values as well as units in the form of your alphabetical details. So when we are working on any data science project or a machine learning model building, we need clean data. And that clean data must be in the numerical entries without any alphabetical details. That is the preferred version of data we have. Especially this mixed version of data, we do not require. We just need to clean it. We need this kind of entries that are purely numerical. This kind of entries we need. So we have to modify our data set. We have to manipulate variables to get a clean data set. And in order to do this, first we need to identify that what cleaning process we can conduct. So from here, instantly we can see that we need to remove these units from the data. These units are unwanted. These we have to remove from the data. So this task we are doing first of all. From everywhere, the units will be removed and any unwanted symbol, such as this dash we have, or we had these nan values also. These all unwanted things we are trying to remove first. These currency symbols, this comma, every unwanted thing we want to remove from this data. So proceeding with this, first of all, these are some quick tasks we have conducted here to know details about your data. Details such as how big is your data, how many rows and how many columns, 180 rows and 11 columns. This is the first observation. Then you tested information about your data. You see complete description about all columns, what type of data they have, how many number of entries are there, how many columns are there. Everything you get here ready-made with these functions. This is to know your data. You're just trying to understand your data and you're executing different operations on that. So after this, we have also tested if there are some missing values in data, because it is common to have missing values in data, whether it is some manual error or it is some system error, we can see missing values in data. And here also we have seen these two columns with 12 and 44 missing values. Above show 0. So there are no missing values in remaining columns. Only 12 and 44 missing values we see in these columns. So I'm just filling these missing values with a 0 here. Although this is not a evergreen approach, this is just one simple technique I have tried here. Later on with projects, I'll tell you different statistical ways of doing this also. Currently, we are just making it, replacing all the missing values with 0. So after doing this, after filling missing values with 0 entry, we could get all zeros here. Means there are no missing values in your data now. Then we started the cleaning process on your object entries. What is object entry? These numerical values in these, alphabetical values in your data. So wherever you have these alphabetical values, now we have to clean them one by one. We need to clean them. So what we did here is one by one, we started cleaning. Some simple for loops we created here. We updated our list. These codes I explained yesterday also. You can see the yesterday's recorded video also. I explained every syntax in detail over there. You will have all those recordings in your drive also, I think. And Sir may also provide you all those recordings. You can just listen to them and you will understand every syntax out of this. So we have just replaced all unwanted things. And you can see this is the first replacement we conducted in price in UK. And you can see this variable is clean now. This first variable is clean now. We can see it. The symbols and your commas are removed from here. Similarly, we went with this price in Germany. We made a clean column from this one also. So now you can see both of them are clean. This one was already in the clean form. So these three are clean now. This drive, See this carefully. This drive column is totally alphabetical. This is not mixture of numerical and alphabetical. So we are not treating it right now. We'll do this later on. There will be different approach for this. Currently, we are dealing with mixed data types. So these ones we are using here. And then each column, fast charge speed also I have made clean. Then efficiency ranking also I have made clean. All columns one by one. You can see I have worked on all columns, and then ultimately we got all these as clean entries. You can see now this sheet, it has all clean entries. We can see them with these numerical values only. There is no mixture of your alphabetical values except this drive and name. These we have left intentionally. We will be taking care of them later on. So all numerical entries are here now. So after this, one more technique I have applied here. This subtitle column, just to tell you that we can also rename your columns whenever needed. So this subtitle column I have renamed as battery capacity just by observing the data, because this was telling us about battery capacity of every vehicle. So I renamed this as battery capacity over here by using dictionaries. Now you can see the updated data. It shows subtitle as battery capacity over here. After this, we can see again your data info. Earlier, we were finding all object entries here, but now we have several integer entries, only 2 object entries. The ones that have these alphabetical sequences, only they are object now. Remaining all are either integer or float, that is acceptable for your machine learning model. So this is what we have done up to yesterday's session. Today we started with this exploratory data analysis, which is one of the most important branch in your data science domain. So exploratory data analysis is all about creating different graphs, different plots, understanding stats of your data. These kind of things we do with exploratory data analysis. As the name indicates, exploring your data, getting more details, more in-depth, more patterns out of it. So the same thing we are doing here. And in order to do this, what we are doing further, I'm implementing different operations. First operation I implemented today is to check unique values from your data. So I run one operation, n unique. This will get unique values in each variable, and we can see this output here. From this observation, we can say that these 2 variables have categorical data. Categorical data means limited number of classes are there. Like in drive, we have 3 classes, number of seats, we have 4 classes. Remaining all variables are continuous variables because we have larger number of entries. In case of continuous variable, you get larger number of entries because they have wider range. So according to this, now we can plot these data variables. For categorical variables, we have different kind of plots. For numerical variables, we have different kind of plots. So the same we are trying to use here. Now, I started with plot for drive type, this drive type. In your data, you will see 3 types of drive capacities in your vehicle: front wheel drive, all wheel drive, and rear wheel drive. So those are the 3 categories here. So I created a plot for them. I can observe here that there are majority of entries from front wheel drive. You can see on the x-axis we have drive type, on the y-axis we have count of the vehicles that belong to this drive type. So we can see there are majority of vehicles that belong from front wheel drive and lesser number of vehicles from all wheel drive and rear wheel drive. That is the first observation we made from the data exploration. Then I asked you all to create similar kind of plot for number of vehicles, because that is also a categorical variable and we can use count plot for that as well. So we just went further and we created count plot for number of seats. And here we have seen that there are 4 different kind of vehicles with 2 seats, 4 seats, 5 seats, and 7 seats. And observations say that majority of vehicles in this data set are of 5-seater type. We have lesser with 7-seat type, 4-seat type, and very less with two-seat type vehicles. These are the commonly available vehicles in the market. So we can see five-seater is more popular in this data set. After this, we did one more analysis. I added one question here that we have to list vehicles based on their efficiency ranking. And for this efficiency ranking, I just grouped data with name so that I can know that which vehicle have better efficiency or low efficiency. You can consider it something like maybe you are working in a company that sells electric vehicle, and some customer ask you quickly that tell me a vehicle that has lowest this efficiency or highest efficiency. So you can just run this kind of code on your thousands of data sets. Like when you have details about all your data points over there, you can just run this code and quickly you will come to know that this light year one vehicle has minimum efficiency and Mercedes EQV 300 long vehicle has maximum efficiency. So you can just tell your customer immediately that yes, we have a vehicle which is with 281 efficiency and it belongs from Mercedes brand and we can serve you with this one. So depending upon whatever is required by the customer, we can give them quick update. And maybe sometime a company asks you to create a plot with respect to how different vehicles are varying in terms of their efficiency ranking. So for this, we are creating a plot here, a plot in the form of bar chart. So this we have plotted. You can see here, it has total 80 rows. So from 80 rows, I'm just plotting a few, ranging from 41 to 80 only, because otherwise the graph will become very congested. So I'm just plotting few of them here. On the x-axis, I have vehicle names. On the y-axis, I have their efficiency ranking. And then I have also added title of this plot that you can see here. Then we are just plotting this to see how the ranges are varying. And as I told you, Mercedes was having the highest ranking. So this is on the last phase. And we can also see that it shows 281 efficiency. And similarly here, we can see Volkswagen with 193 efficiency. These kind of plots can help us provide quick updates to a business. When you will be into a job, maybe after a few years, if you are working as a data scientist over there, you may be asked to create these kind of plots. And because data science is one of the most flourishing field these days, most of the people want to work in this direction because this is one of the most relaxing thing you can do, because data science is interesting. You don't feel burden of doing anything over here. If you know coding, if you have interest in data science, you can earn very well in this field. So that is why we are just trying to see what explorations we can do on the data. So up to this, we have just created different kinds of plot. So now I have given you complete overview of whatever we have done on this data set right from yesterday till today. Give me a quick update in chat box, everyone, if this is clear now and if we can proceed further. If anyone is still stuck somewhere, just let me know. I'm here to help you. Just update me in the chat box if things are clear or anything I need to explain again. Feel free to ask. You are here to learn. Don't worry if you have silly questions in your mind. Just ask me. I'm here to teach you. I'm here to satisfy your questions. Quickly update me in chat if this is clear up to the level, and make sure you listen to the videos that are recorded sessions as well as the sheets that I'm sharing for this these codes, so that you can just revise everything. I can see only 2 responses with yes. Other people also let me know what is going on. Okay, great. 4 responses I can see. And I think there are so many people. There are 24 people in the session. Only 4 responses I can see. Very poor percentage of responses. Just looking forward for more responses. Okay, thank you for responding, Tushar, Vishal. Others, is it clear what we are doing up to this? Others also, let me know. Okay, so I can see several responses now. Thanks for the update, students. If anyone is still confused, let me know anytime if I need to explain anything. Just make sure you learn something out of these sessions, then only it is these are going to be beneficial. Otherwise, there is no point in having one-way transaction here. We need an interactive session where everyone is understanding what is going on here. So after this, we have done one thing, that we have created plot based on efficiency ranking. Now I give you one task based on whatever we have done in these two levels. This one, see everyone carefully what I'm asking you. You have to use your idea from here, from this particular code, and from this particular code. From these two, now you have to create another this data frame, as well as another plot. For what? See carefully. We need it for list vehicles with best battery capacity ranking. The next task you have for this, follow previous two codes. I have shared these ones. I think this one also I'm sharing here. Okay, I have shared this already, so you can find it there. Just use previous two codes and create two things. First, share your code for this part. For this part, share your code for this part with battery efficiency. I'll be looking forward for the first code, and then second code will be for the plotting part. Share both of them. The task is for battery capacity. I'll be waiting for the responses. Take your time, students, and then respond me in the chat box. Okay, I can see one response. Thanks for the update, Sarthak. And this looks fine. Good, you have done it well. I will look for other responses also, then only I'll take this to the sheet. I could see only one by now. I can see one more update from Sarthak. This is for the plotting case, I think. Good. So I think this is also working fine. I'll test it soon, but I think this is good. For the other people also, I'm waiting for the responses. Let me know if you are doing it. At least let me know if I need to wait. Students, let me know if I need to wait. If you are not doing anything, then also let me know. At least we should not waste time. If anyone is stuck anywhere, please ask me for help. Yes, no. Okay, I'll ask by name then. Preeti, just tell me what you are doing right now. Preeti Sahani. Can you just respond in the chat box? Or maybe you would like to turn on your mic. Preeti Sahani. Sanjana Nehra, just update me what you are doing right now. Anyone interested to respond? Any single person interested to respond in the chat box? Okay, so I'll consider this just one-way communication. You people are here to listen. Better like a Satyanarayan Katha we are taking here, and you people are just listening. So Sarthak, thank you for responding. And we have your code here on screen now. It shows for the battery capacity, and I think you have created the variable right. We have the indexing information here. And let me just create the outcome of this. Good. So we can see it with battery capacity and name right here. So this looks fine. We can see that this Tesla Roadster, this has the maximum battery capacity, and this EQ car, smart EQ car, this is on the minimum battery capacity. So this is another observation we can make from your data. And you have also shared code for plotting bar chart out of this. So we can just take it to the next line and we can see the plot here. Very good. This looks fine. And we can see that yes, this Tesla is on the top, and I think you have plotted it with middle range. Yes, fine. From 40 to 60, you have plotted. So we have this kind of plot. You can have any range of your choice. That is fine. So good. Thanks for responding on this. And after this, we are going to do one more task here. We can call it like check relationship between battery capacity and acceleration with respect to drive type. There is the enhanced task I'm adding up here. See, this one includes 3 variables now. One is battery capacity, other is your acceleration, and third is your drive variable. We just need to understand the relationship between each one of them. And for this, what kind of plot we can use is from Seaborn library, we'll be using a relationship plot. We call it REL plot. That becomes your relationship plot. When we have to draw a relationship between multiple variables, we can use this kind of plot. And this works well with your continuous data as well. So we can use it good here. On the x-axis, we just need to define our axis first of all. On the x-axis, for example, I want to keep battery capacity. On the y-axis, for instance, I would like to add acceleration. These are the 2 variables I'm updating. And the third is your drive type. So how we can add this one? Let me add one more variable. Hue is equal to drive. This will add some color information into your plot. And after this, I'm updating some random details like height of your plot. I'm adding here. These are optional variables you can try. And then data, we have to create a plot for from your entire data. So I'm using data is equal to data because we are taking it from original data sequence only. Let us see what we get in the output. This is your relationship plot. And I'll just convey you how it is working. First, I'm sharing this code in the chat, in your snipper, the one that I used for creating this relationship plot. I'm sharing this here. And then I'll just explain what we are getting in the response of this. So here we have different drive types. Your front wheel drive, all wheel drive, and rear wheel drive. And this is with color information. Here we have seen hue with drive. Hue represents your color information on you. Drive type is distributed into different color details. On the x-axis, we have battery capacity. On the y-axis, we have acceleration. So just quickly, we can see from here that your all-wheel drive, this has maximum battery capacity generally. But these cars are low in terms of acceleration. We can just compare it on the graph. All-wheel drive vehicles show maximum battery capacity, but they are low in terms of your acceleration. However, these front-wheel drive, they show good acceleration. We can see up to 15, good acceleration, but battery capacity is comparatively low in this case. And similarly, we can compare all kind of plots, all kind of colors on the axis over here. This gives us quick information about how different vehicles are performing on different grounds. We can get a quick update from this graph. So just let me know if this is clear. Anyone who wants to respond, I'm not forcing anyone to respond. Those who are interested to learn, just respond that yes, this is working fine and you have got the idea. Thanks for the update, Sarthak. So I have also shared this in the chat window, in your snipper window, so you can use it from there. In data science, you will find like unlimited kind of plots. Thank you, Akash, for responding. We have unlimited kind of plots in data science. I'm just using a few of them so that we can just see the interactions between variables. And let me create one more plot here in the list. For instance, we need to know distribution for top speed in each drive type. Let us see if your different drive types provide you good top speed or not, or which one is better. We can just observe that. So for this, what we can do is, I'll be using here one distribution plot. And that also comes from your Seaborn library. I'm writing here distribution plot. And then inside this, first, I'm just writing my data variable. See, every plot may have different kind of variable sequences. So we need to follow it as per the requirement. You can also see on the screen right now, it shows different variables that you can add inside this particular plot. I'll also show you how you get multiple details about what should be added inside a plot. That also I'll show you. First, let us create this one. On the x-axis, I'm entering here top speed, for example. And on column axis or y-axis, it considers that with column axis. So I'm writing here drive on the column axis. On the x-axis, you have top speed. On the column axis, that is your y-axis, you have your drive. And other than this, for instance, I'm adding one more thing, that is your bin width, because these distribution plots also require bin width. I'm adding it 4, then height of your plot. These are different settings that we can apply on the plot. So this one also I've added. And after this, one more entry I'll do is, for example, titles I need to display. On every section, I need to display titles. For this, we have facet KWS parameter. And inside this, I can just list out all my titles. And we make them true so that they get displayed in every part of your plot. From different categories of your drive type, they will be automatically loaded. So let us see what we get in the output. This is your distribution plot. You can see here in every section, we got partition in every section. First one is your front wheel drive. Second one is your all-wheel drive. Third one is your rear-wheel drive. And here on this x-axis, we have count of vehicles that belong to this category. Below, we have first top speed, then we have top speed, then we have top speed, because on the x-axis, we kept them all on the top speed. So accordingly, we can see it here. And also we can observe that in case of top speed here, in case of top speed, we can see that, in case of front wheel drive, because top speed is same in all cases. In case of front wheel drive, we can see that there is maximum number of vehicles that achieve top speed at this level, at the lower rank. However, with this all-wheel drive, this is spread further. Top speed goes even above 400. And similarly, in case of your rear-wheel drive, this is also limited to the lower part. So accordingly, we can just have observation out of our data. So those who have interest in cars or their features also, they will definitely find this dataset very interesting. You can come to know about different types of variables related to vehicles from here. You can just understand that how they are brought to market or what type of features we need to analyze while buying a vehicle. So everything we can see right here. So I have shared this code also in the snipper window. You can just run it and let me know if this is working fine and you have got the idea that what plot we have created here. Thanks for the update, Sarthak. Anyone else who is interested to respond? Otherwise, I'll go ahead. Okay, so I'm entering here. Next thing. For example, you are asked by some customer when you are representing your company, when maybe you are asked like list observations or your vehicle details with price in UK greater than or maybe less than whatever filter you want to add this value. So we can have anything like 1 crore, 10 lakh, 50 lakh, anything you can put here. So let us add one filter like this. We need a list of vehicles that follow a price greater than this value or less than whatever you want. You can update your list accordingly. So how we can create a filter of this kind of observation? So I just need to use my data variable, and inside this, I have to pick the specific price column on which I have to apply filter. So from data, the column I need is your price in UK. This we are talking about right now. So I have just updated this one, and then I have to apply my filter that is greater than this value, whatever value you will enter. So you can have different values. That is why I'm not making it sure that you have to use this value only. 10 lakh, 50 lakh, 1 crore, whatever entries we have, accordingly you will see in your list. If you put very big value, maybe you will get nothing in the output. So according to this, let us see what we get. So it says these number of vehicles right now are with this value. We can see unlimited number of vehicles, 4, 14, 19, or these are the indexing values that we are getting from different areas. And we can see that all the top ranked vehicles such as Tesla cars, Audi, Porsche, or we can have Mercedes, etc., they belong to this higher price segment. Similarly, if someone asks you about the lower price segment, what we can do is we can just make this sign opposite, and maybe someone is looking forward for a least expensive car. I think we'll not have anything in this category. So let me add something around this. Let us see if we have any car within this price range or not. So yes, there are few, or we can say like enough cars, 126 rows we get. So there are enough cars that belong to this category also, less than 50,000. So the price is basically in your UK currency terminology. So accordingly, we are following it. We cannot say that this is in Indian currency because this belongs to UK. So currency value we have already seen here. Or maybe I take it down further. Let us see what we get. Still, there are some vehicles that we can find in this range, probably from Toyota, or some Audi vehicles are also available in this range. So we can just quickly analyze. This is interesting. We can quickly analyze which vehicle belong to which price segment. A quick analysis we can make from here. So I'm taking it back to the original value, and you can do experiments with it. You can do anything with this. You can just apply filters and test which vehicle, and then accordingly you can see all its features as well. I'm sharing this data set also in your snipper window. You can use this. You can apply different filters over this and then respond in the chat box if this is working fine and you have got the idea that how this kind of filter you can apply on data. The same kind of task we'll be following further. Anyone who wants to respond if this is working fine? Thanks for the response, Sarthak. Okay, so currently what we are saying here in the output, you can see all columns, all rows. But maybe if the customer or the people who are looking forward for this kind of analysis, they ask you to just list name of cars, not all details, just name of cars with price in UK greater than or less than whatever filter you want to apply. The same filter, for example, I want to apply as above. So let us see if we want to get just names, not these other details, just names if we want. Maybe you just have to tell them that these are the vehicles, you can check them. So for this, what we can do is I'll take this same filter. First, I'll take the same filter that I have here, and I'll just edit it slightly. The filter will stay as it is. Outside this, what I'll enter here is, I'll just enter name factor so that I get names only of those vehicles. Earlier, we were getting all data elements with respect to this filter, but now I need only names of those vehicles. So I'm just running this, and you can see these are the index numbers from where we are getting these values so that you can later on refer if you need more details. However, the names are here. So these are the same names that we were getting here. The same we can see here. So now this becomes much easier. If someone asks you that what are the vehicles, you can just tell them these names, that these are the vehicles that you can find above this price range. So I'm sharing this code also in the snipper. Let me know if we are clear up to this. Thanks for the updates, Sarthak. So considering the same operation, maybe you would like to check some other variables also. Like we ask you that list names of cars with 4 seats only. For example, someone asks you to do this. List cars with 4 seats only. So in this case, again, you can apply filter. I think you can do this easily now. If you would like to try. Sarthak, I think you would like to try. You just have to use this variable now. On number of seat basis, you have to list names. So this will work in this format itself. You just have to change the logic. This is now for number of seats, 4. Check if you can implement this. Others who are interested to do, you can try implement this and share the code in chat. If you have understood the previous one, you can do this easily. Okay, Hemant, I'm repeating it again. See, recently I created this code. List name of cars with price in UK greater than 10,000. This is one code we created just. Now I'm asking you to modify this code to get list name of cars. All names of cars that have 4 seats only. So you just have to modify this code slightly to get this answer now. Name of cars that have only 4 seats. Just try this. Thanks for the updates, Sarthak. The code looks fine. I'll be looking forward for more answers. I hope, Hemant, you are trying, so I'll look forward for your answer also. Should I wait for anyone? No responses? Fine. So I'm using your code, Sarthak, and we can see it here. This says, okay, name you have entered and then logic you have applied. This looks good. So we can just run it and great. So we have number of vehicles that have 4 seats here and the names are displayed. Similarly, maybe if you want to try it for number of seats with 2 only, then also we can apply. Only 2 vehicles are here that have number of 2 seats. Similarly, for any of those rankings, you can apply it easily and you will get the answer. So I have shared this code in the snipper also. So after this, let us try one more exercise on this. I'll add one task here. For example, someone asks you name of vehicle with fastest charging speed. Now we just need vehicle with maximum charging speed, the fastest, the one which is. So we can just get outcome of this. What we have to do is we need name of vehicle and its fastest charging speed. Either you can just print the name of vehicle, that is also option. I'll print 2 things. One is name of vehicle and the charging speed that it offers. So what can we do here? Name. One I think need is name. Second thing I need is the variable that we had for charging speed is your this fast charge speed. These 2 things we need. So I'm just updating it here. These 2 things we want to see in the output. And now, okay, because there are 2 things now, so we need 2 brackets. List of list, the concept of list we have already seen. So when you have multiple lists together, we have to use 2 brackets because this name is also a list of names. This fast charge speed is also a list of charging speeds. So 2 brackets will be needed to create list of list. Then we have next to this, first we will add your logic, that will be data. And inside this, we can update your first variable on which we are applying operation. Fast charging speed. And what logic we have for this is, we need the maximum values of this. So I'm just taking this variable or the internal one. Let me just apply the logic and then I'll also explain that how it is working. So this one I'm taking. What I need is equal to maximum, because we need only the fastest now. So this I'm applying here, data with fastest charging speed, and I just need to close one bracket. I think this one, I need to close it here. The two variables that I need to print, first I have written them, then I have applied filter. Out of fast charging speed, I just need the maximum one only, not all. If we need all or we need a range from there, then we will have different logic. I need only the fastest now. So equal to maximum one. I need only this. So let us see what we get in the output. This Lucid Air Pure, this is the vehicle name, and fastest charging speed it offers is 1410. The units we have already seen, so we can apply those units here according to that for our understanding that, okay, this is the fastest charging speed we can get with the vehicle, and name of the vehicle is also here. So I have updated this in the chat. You can just look after this and let me know if this works well. And those who are done with this also, they can do one more thing. Name of vehicle with best battery capacity. The final vehicle that you will give you the best, or we can say that highest battery capacity. This is the next task. On the same note as previous code, you can do this one also. Just give it a try and share your code in the chat box. If you find any confusion with the previous one, then also let me know. Thanks for the update, Sarthak. So I can just see this code, and I think this works fine. So we have, okay, maximum battery capacity, we can see here. So this shows two vehicles that have similar battery capacity. So that is why we are getting two outcomes, because they have same. So one we have, both are from Tesla, we can see them. And one more task you can do is like, maybe you need price also. So on the same code, if we need price of these vehicles as well. So what I can do here is I can just add maybe price in UK, or if you need in Germany, you can update that also. We need to display three things: name, price, and battery capacity on the behalf of this maximum battery capacity only. So I can just add this variable, and we can also see. So we can tell the customer that you are getting same battery capacity with such a high price as well as with such a low price, so that they can compare the remaining features also. So this makes your analysis on different variables Although there are plenty of other variables also, we can do different types of analysis on them as well. So now you can do these kind of operations on any kind of variables. This was your exploration task on electric cars dataset. So I think we can limit this one up to this part. We have just seen different exploration tasks. And now I think I can open up the quiz for all of you. So just give me a second. I can open up the quiz in the meanwhile, as we have discussed yesterday also, that we need a quiz by the end of the session. Just give me a time. Okay, so we have the quiz here now, and I'm just starting it. Make sure you all participate in this quiz. I'm just opening it, and you can then scan your QR code. So the link for the quiz also I'm sharing in the chat. If you want to join from the link, that also you can do. If you want to scan, okay, I'll share it for all. The link for joining the quiz I have shared in the chat, and the QR code also have opened here. You can scan the QR code and you can join the quiz. I can see only one participant, 2, waiting for more. The link for the quiz I have shared in the chat for everyone. Link for this quiz you will find. You can just click on that link and you will be entering into this quiz stream. I can see only 7 people here. Everyone just do it fast. I can see 12 participants only. Fourteen members I can see. Anyone else wants to join or not? $15. Should I wait or not? $16 I can see. I can see that before quiz there were like 24, 25 participants and now it is reduced to 20. So if you people are running from quiz, this is very bad. 16 people have joined by now. What about remaining? You are willing to join or whatever reason you have just put in chat. Okay, fine. So I'm just running it. I think no one is interested to respond further. It starts on your screen now.
मैंने काम वैसा किया है
पागल
All of you, please start your webcam. Uday, please place your camera properly. Uday. All of you, please start webcam. Okay, just tell me why you are not responding. Yes, only 1 or 2 students. Sarthak is responding well, and two or three people are responding. Others are not responding. Yes, Sanjana. Mahajan, Uday, Samiksha. Yes, Samiksha.
Sir, I was responding in the
Unmute
session.
yourself.
Sir, I was responding in the session.
But code, you have not shared the code. Yes, Samiksha.